Now let's talk to Attorney Jennifer Orlin Reyes, constitutional law book author and law professor. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Attorney. Thanks for joining us again.
Hi, good morning to everyone. It's always nice to be on your show.
Of course, we have a lot to unpack. Ang dami pong mga nangyari yesterday. Legally speaking, tama po ba yung ginagawa ng Senado? Like for example, yesterday na hindi po, kung wala pa po yung ruling ng Supreme Court, yung kanilang sinasabi na reply from both camps, ay tama po ba yun na hindi isurrender ng Senado si Senator Bato de la Rosa?
In my humble legal opinion, maling-mali ang ginawa ng ilang miyembro ng Senado na protektahan, i-harbor, or even conceal Senator Bato within Senate halls. Tandaan po natin na walang batas na nag-o-authorize sa kahit sino man, kahit sa Senado, na wag i-acknowledge ang isang legal na proseso gaya ng isang valid warrant of arrest, whether or not it is from a local court or international court. Actually po, Angela and Mr. Diego, meron tayong tinatawag na batas, Presidential Decree 1829. Ito yung penalizing obstruction of apprehension and prosecution of criminal offenders. At ito po, kapag mga public officials ang nag-violate ng batas na ito dahil sa kanilang pagtatago, pagko-conceal, pag-harbor, or facilitating the escape of a said accused person, pwede silang makulong ng hanggang 6 na taon at pwede rin silang ma-disqualify perpetually to hold public office. So maling-mali para sa akin ang ginagawa ng ilan nating senador na pagpoprotekta kay Senator Bato.
Yeah, Attorney, so in effect, if the executive department, executive branch decides to effect an arrest and Senate o sa personnel attempt to block them, they can be ordered to stand down and can be charged with obstruction of justice. Pati na ba yung mga senators who will try to prevent an actual arrest that can also happen to them?
Yes, definitely. The law is clear. Even if you are a public official, even if you are a senator, the law does not care. If you will obstruct a service of a valid court process, specifically a warrant of arrest, I will reiterate this, kahit galing pa yan sa Philippine courts or kahit galing sa international courts, kailangang sundin ito ng Senado. Otherwise, they can be charged with obstruction of justice.
Ayun, in relation to that, no, Attorney, yung issue about in Supreme Court not saying anything about the TRO, so habang wala pang ginagawang response about the TRO and asking for comments, is it deemed that you can still arrest Senator Bato pending a decision regarding the TRO?
Yes, that is utterly correct. Hanggat walang temporary restraining order or temporary protection order, ang Korte Suprema na ini-issue, the valid warrant of arrest against Bato can be validly implemented by the authorized officers.
But having said that, can the Supreme Court actually stop the enforcement of an ICC warrant or arrest warrant through TRO? Say for example, magkaroon na nga ng desisyon ng Korte Suprema regarding this.
In my humble opinion, the Supreme Court, if it, for example, issues a temporary restraining order, of course, that is only for a momentary period, right? Or a temporary period. In the end, deciding on the merits of the petition to prevent the warrant of arrest to be issued to Bato, walang magagawa ang Korte Suprema. Dahil ang Korte Suprema, dapat ang pinapatupad nito ay ang saligang batas ng ating konstitusyon. At nakalagay sa ating konstitusyon na ina-adapt ng ating bansa ang mga generally accepted principles of international law. Kasama na dito ang mga tratado natin sa ibang bansa. At ito ay parte ng ating batas. So I know that the Supreme Court is brilliant enough not to violate the Constitution and not to violate their own decision. Dahil sinabi na nila sa Pangilinan versus Cayetano na may jurisdiksyon pa rin ang ICC sa mga di umano'y naganap na krimen sa Pilipinas, crimes against humanity, up to March 17, 2019. Korte Suprema mismo ang nagsabi na may jurisdiksyon ang ICC sa Pilipinas up to that date.
Well, medyo nagkakaroon nga ng mga mali-maling or mga conflicting messaging mula sa executive also during the speech of President. Parang sinabi pa niya doon na wala kaming kinalaman dito, there's no arrest warrant. If the President said that himself, ibig po bang sabihin natin, pwede nating sabihin na well, he is free to go kung wala naman palang arrest warrant?
Well, even if the President states na hindi utos ng Malacanang ang pagpapaaresto or attempt to arrest Senator Bato, well, actually, it is the President's duty, right? To be fair, President BBM, as the apex of the executive department, ang pinaka-primordial duty ng isang presidente ay siguraduhin that all laws are faithfully executed. So instead of denying, of course, it is the president's right kung hindi naman talaga niya inutos. But in my opinion, it is high time for him to categorically declare whether or not he will also perform his duty to effectuate or implement the laws. Yan kasi ang isang kapangyarihan ng presidente at actually tungkulin ng presidente. I-make sure mo na naipapasatupad ang mga batas.
I think kasi at this point, Attorney, no, I think several lawmakers and the executive, they're very sensitive to public sentiment or the optics of this entire scenario. But the question is here, what can the executive branch do? Because subject to interpretation ang ginagawa ng senador regarding the ICC arrest warrant, what can the executive do to have a stronger reason to pick up Senator Bato de la Rosa and surrender him to the Netherlands? If they don't want to go the route of an ICC arrest warrant, can they wait for the diffusion notice since we are a member of the Interpol?
That is a very good idea. Aside from the fact that it is the executive department's duty to effectuate the valid warrant of arrest, they have all the resources, they have all the power, and they all have the right to coordinate with international organizations legitimately, okay, legally, to implement the said valid warrant of arrest against Bato. But of course, no unnecessary force must be used. They must make sure that civilians, the employees of the Senate, and other people, the rest of the people who are not involved, are not, not injured or harmed by this process.
Well, with all of these things that are happening right now, Attorney, hindi po ba to parang mas malakas ang pagpapatibay na internationally, dahil laman po tayo ngayon ng international community ng mga balita, na nagiging mas malakas po yung kaso against sa Duterte regarding the drug war because they can see that, a senator, a former drug war enforcer, can actually close down the Senate to protect him.
That is a very good observation, Miss Angela. If you will recall, one of the grounds kaya nirefuse or dinenay ng International Criminal Court ang interim release ni former President Duterte is because of their observation and findings na napakalakas pa ng political influence or network ng former President Duterte. In Bato's case, the whole world is watching us. Laman tayo ng mga balita. Unfortunately, kahiya-hiya ang mga balita, 'di ba? Sa buong mundo, sa ating bansa because of this. This can be a solid ground. This can be a strong ground. Why ICC will also take into consideration that Duterte's influence or presence, political presence, is still strong in the country and any interim release in the future cannot be granted.
So, Attorney, my last question is, until now, until we wait for a decision from the Senate regarding the TRO, if the TRO comes down and let's say it is rejected, this in essence lessens Senator Bato's argument not to be arrested.
Definitely. And siguro last words, no, na let us all remember that Bato's problem is his problem alone. The Senate has no authority to obstruct a validly issued warrant of arrest. Let us not veer away from the real issue. Ang issue dapat natuunan na ngayon ng pansin ng Senado ay the fact na na-transmit na sa kanila ng mababang kapulungan ang articles of impeachment kagabi before the shooting incident. So they have the constitutional duty to convene now as an impeachment court. Bato has all the resources, lawyers, to protect himself or to defend himself. Ang mga senador natin, yung ilang mga senador natin, dapat maalala nila na ang kanilang tungkulin ay para sa mga kababayan nating Pilipino at hindi lamang kay Bato.
Well, as usual, thank you for your time, Attorney Jennifer Arlene Reyes, constitutional law book author and law professor.
Good morning.
Welcome. Stay safe.